Yes, version 1.4 of Zenless Zone Zero is going to be astounding. So many different optimizations and so many different things coming to Zenless Zone Zero. It seems like a soft relaunch of the game. I don't know how this game is going to evolve next when we go into like the 2.0 versions, but if it's like 1.4, we're in for a treat when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero. But there is one topic that you probably clicked on this video for. A lot of people seem to be under the impression that one of these updates is going to put Guidemakers in jeopardy. And I'm here to disprove that, at least a little bit. Now, before we get into that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff, and don't forget to check out Gamer Subs. Use code TYSTRUP for 10% off. Y'all, the flavor of the day today is Sour Peach Candy, aka Acid Rain, with your girl Rainho. I love her. She's probably one of my favorite content creators to watch. I absolutely adore her. We did a taste testing of Sour Peach Candy over at TwitchCon, and me and her are literally derpy as hell in it. So I say go and check it out. It's a lot of fun to watch, at least for the 30 seconds that it's there. But without any further delay, let's talk about it. Now, I saw this during the live stream and I freaked out. Freaked out. This was insane to look at. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll go ahead, we'll open this in a new tab and we'll take a look. Now, as you can see with this is a guide to Soldier 11 and what people are using. Infernal Metal 4-piece with a 2-piece Woodpecker Electro. They show you the partitions of the 4 and 5. Let me go ahead and move myself here, as you can see right there. They have the partitions 4, 5, and 6 right there. They show you what you need to go up to certain levels. You could set it as a target. You could look at all characters through this and more. This is a very good tool. And now how this works is that it's pulling the data from, you know, overall everybody from Zenless Zone Zero who's playing the game, and it goes, okay, what is the best skills to go over? What is the best disk drives to go for? It's very suggestion. What is the best, you know, as you see right here with Soldier 11, what is the best W engine at the top? And it's really, really good. It's very in-depth from what it looks like, and I wish to God I would have been a part of beta test for 1.4, because I would have loved to tinker and see how this works, how this is going to benefit the, you know, overall community in regards to Zenless Zone Zero. But just at face value, this looks so amazing. So what's the problem? Well, a lot of people have kind of taken this, and I'm not saying it's Guidemakers, because Guidemakers seem to be fine, and I'm going to go over that as well. Overall, some of the community thinks that this is killing Guidemakers. Are they going to be are they going to be putting fries in the bag at McDonald's because now they can't make guides? Is Braxophone going to have to stop making guides for ZZZ? Like, what is going on? Well, I beg to differ. Now, as we've talked about before, Guidemakers are essential to the community. And I still do agree with that. I think that Guidemakers in general are very, very solid for this community. It breeds debate. And I think debate is a very good thing to have. Now, I don't think vitriolic debates are good, but I do think debates in general of what is the best piece, what is the best W engine, what is the best, like, talents to level up or skills in this conversation. I think that Guidemakers bring those debates to light. And the reason being is because we all will see stuff in a different light. Some people might go, okay, my 4-piece for Soldier 11 here, we'll switch back. My 4-piece for Soldier 11 might be Infernal Metal, but I might go with, you know, Puffer Electro instead of Woodpecker Electro. I'm not saying you should. I'm just putting that as an example. Instead of Nekomata's W engine, I'm going to go for Soldier 11's W engine because it makes the most sense. It's Soldier 11's W engine. Not saying you should do that. I'm not a guide maker. I'm just saying that there's different things to consider in regards to our guide makers. Now, I follow a couple guide makers. Braxophone's one of them. I do love Braxophone. He's a dope dude. I almost cussed in the first 5 minutes of this video. I'm just saying. I follow a lot of different like guide makers. Like Braxophone's one. Ziox I'll follow, though he's crashing out for some bizarre reason. You know, I used to follow Envy, but we know what the min pickers going crazy. But in general, I think that guide makers' jobs are perfectly safe. And again, the reason being is that they offer a unique perspective. Now, do I think that this guide is going to be more beneficial than guide makers? It's hard to say. Now, I think as a casual thing, and I like to be a casual player. That's why I stopped making guides. Because I feel as though for me, I'm too much of a casual player to give you the best guide to zero cycle pure fiction. Or, you know, beating every like hard mode for ZZZ, right? I'm just not that guy. I'm the guy who will tell you what's the best bang for your buck. What is like the way that you should vote with your wallet? Like what is coming to these games? I'm a news guy. I just can't help it. But I do like to discuss things. And I think that this does bring up good points. Like guide makers in theory should be scared, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think there should be any reason to be scared. In fact, I think this is the best way for them to challenge these guides. Because at the end of the day, while casuals might, you know, lose their shit over this type of like guide, right? And be like, this is the guide to go by, which I think is very, very good to think about. I don't think that it really puts into perspective the uniqueness and the overall passion that comes from a guide maker. So in short, I think that guide makers' jobs are perfectly safe. I think that with the unique, you know, charisma, I guess, like you have to have some sort of charisma as a guide maker to really make it. You have to have something about you. And I think that a lot of people pay attention to these guides, not just because they want to know what's best on Soldier 11, but I also think they pay attention to these guides because of the personality of the person and the genuine like nature of the guide maker. If they're genuine, right? Like, I gotta say, like, being a part of Brax's community and seeing how people react to Braxophone, like, and his guides, it seems more so that a lot of people like his guides. And he's very smart, very talented. All bit creepy, I'm just saying, you know, creeped out one of the best, you know, Genshin Impact players ever. You know, God himself, Ratsu. No, I'm kidding. But Brax is a really good guy, and I think he offers like very unique insights in regards to guides. I honestly don't know if he covers ZZZ as much anymore. I think he might have taken a step back, but there are other guide makers too that deserve this spotlight. And I think that this is a great way to challenge them. Like, how can you make a better guide? You know, take every player and post it and then be like, you know what? How could this be better? How could the extreme player, the advanced player do better? Like, what is something that provides that? Overall, I think that, and this is the TLDR version. I had to make it 8 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I'm yapping. Overall, the TLDR is guide makers are fine. I think they're going to do perfectly fine, and they're still going to be able to make that moolah that y'all love to give them. Now, do I think that this is going to be a better way for the players that don't pay attention to guide makers to build their characters? Absolutely. This is going to be a better thing for those people that just are not watching YouTube for guides and are like my roommates who don't pay attention to guide makers. They just go and do whatever they want. Like, this is the perfect way for them to get into the game and be like, okay, I understand how this works. Now, if you agree or disagree, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear y'all's opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 3,000 before the end of the year. We're at 2716, and it is now December 14th, right? We have not many days left, and I'm hoping to get to that 3,000. So share this around. Have people give their opinions, whether on Twitter, Discord, Instagram, wherever. Would love to hear it. But once again, y'all, that's going to be it for me. And as always, we will catch you in that next video. Please take care and be safe.